3 years into doing photography, I started getting called talented. I hated that. No one called me talented when I first picked up a camera or even a year into taking photos. Only when I got good enough through daily practice did I start getting called talented. Now, I want to make something clear here. I didn't hate the fact that people were calling me talented. I was grateful that people actually loved my work. I was grateful that people appreciated my photos I was creating. What I did hate was when people made excuses as to why they weren't at the level that they wanted to be at. I would hear, "You're so talented. I wish I could take photos like you." And my response was always the same thing. You can, just practice every single day. This video is not going to be about me ranting about being called talented. This video is about how anyone can become good at photography or really any skill in life that people often attribute to just talent. If this is your first time here, my name is Chris Pieta. I teach creative business and run a product photography company. After I got good at photography, I got called talented. After my YouTube channel began really growing, people said I was naturally good in front of a camera. For those of you watching from the very beginning, you know that's not true. Go and watch my first videos and see how terrible I was. I could say the same thing about me becoming a good salesperson, me going from a bulky, muscly weightlifter to completing an endurance event like an Ironman. These are all things that I got good at, not through some talent. I did it through consistently showing up every single day and working towards a goal. If I have any talent, it's this. My talent is sticking to things for a really long time, doing them consistently until I'm good at them. And that's really the secret. And today I'm teaching you how you can unlock this in your own life. So let's talk about how to get good at anything. My one-word answer for this is consistency. It's simple. You stay consistent. You stay the course and weather the ups and downs. When you win, you don't let it get to your head. And when you lose, you don't get discouraged. A very common trap I see people that are starting out fall into is the early win. Early wins are fantastic. They give you some sort of evidence that you're on the right path, but they also inflate your ego. For example, if you're starting a YouTube channel, the stats are not in your favor. On average, it takes something like 70 videos for most channels to hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, if you upload 3 videos and that third one ends up going viral, you'll think this is easy. And then the next one you upload won't go viral. And then you'll get discouraged, and the next 5 you upload won't get any views and you'll feel terrible. When you get those early wins, you need to keep the big picture in mind and not let those early wins get to your head. Okay, so what does consistency really mean? It means showing up on a regular schedule and doing the work. As a YouTuber, that means showing up every single week and uploading a new video for at least 1 year. That's 52 videos right there. And that's a lot of work, but that's not all. It's showing up every single week and not expecting any results. It's going through the motions and not getting any views. If you can lower your expectations like this, eventually you will win. The thing about showing up consistently is that you will get better over time. Week 1, your videos will suck. Your audio, your lighting, your video, how you speak, all of this will be terrible. But each week, you'll get 1% better. You'll speak more confidently. Your audio will improve. You'll learn lighting and editing. Things will progress over time. If you want to get better at photography, it's the same thing. It's showing up not just every week, but nearly every single day. If you can practice your skills for 30 minutes a day, you will improve. You go out and take photos on Monday, and then on Tuesday, you go and edit those photos. When you're editing, you notice that you're not using leading lines. So when you go out on Wednesday to photograph some more things, you make the conscious choice to use leading lines. And then that cycle repeats all over again. Take photos, edit, learn, improve. This cycle happens hundreds of times. And on that 100th time, you better believe that you'll be a great photographer. And this is really the secret. It's continuous improvement coupled with consistency. If you can have deliberate practice day after day, week after week, you'll get better at your craft. And from the outside, people will end up seeing that result and they'll call you talented. But you'll know it's not just talent, it's hard work. Day after day, week after week. You'll be learning constantly. And you'll also experience a lot of failures and setbacks along the way. It's not going to be a linear progression. It's going to look pretty bumpy, but over time, the trend is going to be upward. Over time, you will improve, but you need to go into it not expecting results for a very long time. Now, why did I make a choice to even work towards these ambitious goals? Why should I be a better photographer or a better salesperson? Well, I saw people out in the world achieving their dreams and it was inspirational. I saw celebrities and big business moguls crushing it in life, but that was out of reach for me. That seemed like so far away. And then social media happened, and I saw people that I could actually relate to. I saw all these people living their dream lives, and the thing about them was that they weren't much different than me. I honestly didn't think that they were any smarter than me. So why were they living the life I wanted? I asked myself that question again and again. And then I saw this clip here and I want to share it with you. I want to play you this clip by Steve Jobs real quick. Now, I don't care if you love or hate the man. This video has a message we can all appreciate.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is and you're your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it, that's maybe the most important thing.
Steve Jobs puts it perfectly. Everything around you in life was made up by people no smarter than you. I heard this, and so many of my limiting beliefs were destroyed. I didn't need talent to live my dream life. I just needed to show up and work consistently. I want to bring up one last thing here. You might remember this from your psych class. Let's talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect. You've probably even heard of this, even if you don't recognize the name. Put simply, the Dunning-Kruger effect happens when an amateur thinks they are better than they actually are. This graph illustrates it nicely. When you start out learning a new skill, you quickly begin absorbing all the knowledge you can about it. You start practicing, and you suck at the start, but then you rapidly get better. And then shortly after, you think you know everything, when in reality, you are nowhere near the level of an expert. But in your head, you assume you're already as good as the pros. This mainly stems from beginners overestimating their own ability. This comes from a lack of self-awareness to recognize their own incompetence, so people are led to believe that they're more skilled than they actually are. I definitely fell into this trap a lot when I was starting out. When I learned photography, I thought I was good pretty early on, but in reality, I still sucked. When I was learning business and client acquisition and sales, I fell into the same trap over and over again. The key to overcoming the Dunning-Kruger effect in photography is to constantly seek out new information, challenge your own beliefs, and seek feedback from others. This can include taking courses, going to workshops, and seeking out constructive criticism from more experienced photographers. Above all else, it's important to practice consistently and analyze your work over time. By doing so, you'll not only improve your technical skills, but you'll also gain a better understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses as a photographer. This self-awareness will help you to recognize areas where you need to improve, and it will prevent you from becoming too confident in your abilities and making mistakes. So, what do we know? 1. Talent is a myth. 2. If you show up every day and work towards your dreams, you will see progress. 3. This world was created by people just like you, meaning that you have the power to make your own dreams become a reality. And 4. Assume you're not as good as you think you are until you have evidence that shows you otherwise. One last thing here, I want to say thank you to everyone who enrolled in my program, Creative Biz Launch, last week. I was blown away by the response. It's an expensive program, so it's great to see people already getting a return on their investment. If you aren't able to enroll, I have a free course as well. I know it might not be the right time to invest in yourself right now, so I have plenty of free content as well. I'll link to that one below. That's all I got today. My name is Chris Pieta, and I'll see you next week.